Hello, welcome back to my channel. So we have Kristianna and John back for this season of Life After Lockup. And okay, when I first saw Kristianna on the show, I was like, okay, she's looking good. She's looking healthy. Her eyebrows look fine at the beginning. But towards the end of the episode, what happened to her eyebrows? Her eyebrows look stressed out. They look like question marks. But Kristianna and John, they sat down and had breakfast, and when they did Kristianna and John's little intro, it said she was unemployed, but I could have swore in the season premiere she was talking about how she finally got a job in fast food that she loves. And Kristianna said when she was in prison, she had this whole idea of a fairy tale and happily ever after with John. But now that she's gotten out of prison, things have been tough, especially finding out that John was flirting with her sister Tara, and John's never been faithful to any of his girlfriends. And I saw some people on YouTube and Reddit who think Kristianna is pregnant. Honestly, if she was pregnant, I wouldn't be surprised because I uploaded a lie they did on Instagram probably about 3 or 4 months ago, and that's when they confirmed that they're going to be on this season. And she also confirmed that they're in the middle of trying for a baby. In that live, she said they're in the process of trying for a baby, but she said she wasn't pregnant yet. So Kristianna was kind of acting funny at the breakfast table. So John asked her what was wrong, and Kristianna said she was having trust issues with him. And she said, how do I know for sure that you and my sister didn't do anything? John reassured her that they never touched, they only flirted. He said, hey, I was open and honest with you about the flirting, so don't you think I would tell you if I ended up cheating on you? So John says he knows what went on with Tara, Kristianna's sister. It was a monumental F-up. But he says through all this, he realizes how much he really loves Kristianna. And I do have to give Kristianna a ton of credit. I'm so proud of her because she relapsed every other time she got out of prison. Getting out of prison and finding out that your husband potentially cheated on you with your sister, she could have easily used that as an excuse to go get high and relapse again and go back to her old ways. But she stood tall and stood strong, but you can tell it's affecting her. And she seems super sad all the time, but John has a grand idea that he thinks is going to make her super happy and turn everything around. We're going to get to that here in a minute. But then all of a sudden, John goes outside. He's working on his car, and his daughter Sarah shows up. She was living with him in the last season, and she was living with him up until recently. But she's 18 now and about to start college, so now she's living in a dorm, and John said, thank God. So John's daughter, Sarah, she's like, what are you doing to your car? And he explained to his daughter what he was doing. He's like, any other questions you want to ask me while you're at it? And she said, yeah, I want to know how you and Kristianna are. And John says, well, she was just yelling at me inside. We got into this big fight because she don't trust me because of Tara. His daughter asked what happened with Tara, and John said, well, she got out of prison. I decided to be honest with Kristianna, and I told her there's a little bit of flirting going on. And Sarah said, so you want to be with Kristianna even though you flirted with her sister. And John says, I don't give a F about her sister. I love Kristianna. And John's daughter said, well, flirting is one step away from cheating. John's like, I know, but I didn't cheat. And John's daughter told it how it is. She says, I think it's an issue that you guys are already having problems this early on. And let me know what you guys think. Do you guys think that John cheated with Tara? I think they did. They're living too close to each other in the basement. They spent all their time down there. And she was mesmerized by him. And he had to be giving her the D or something for her to be acting like that. And John said, I don't need advice from my 18-year-old kid. And his daughter said, well, how long have you and Kristianna even been married for? And he says they've been married for almost a year. And he says, hey, I was married to your mom for 5 minutes before we started having issues, and we were married 20 years. And that was the same girl that he ran off and cheated on her with either her cousin or her sister and ended up marrying her. And John's daughter was like, how do you guys know you even love each other? You guys haven't spent that much time together in the free world. And he says, I've never felt the way I feel about Kristianna with anyone else. I'm loving her more and more every day. We're very compatible. We work well living together. And I have faith in them. I think they'll work out in the long term. It seems like they are compatible. They just got to work on their trust issue. So John has this grand plan to surprise Kristianna, and he's not going to tell Kristianna where she's going. So she goes out to the car with her house slippers on, and she thinks that he's going to take her on like a picnic or outdoors or something. But really, he's on his way to a Bonnie and Clyde photo shoot. And how many Bonnie and Clyde photo shoots are these people going to have? I swear they had like 1 or 2 last season. Now they're having another one. We're probably going to see a couple more this season. And even Kristianna, when she pulled up and realized there was a photo shoot, even she looked like she was over it. And I would have kind of been upset if that was Kristianna. Photo shoot something you want to warn somebody about before, so they can look their best and feel confident in their pictures. And so you can get glam and have your eyebrows and makeup on fleek. And once Kristianna showed up and found out it was a Bonnie and Clyde photo shoot, like I said, she looked like she was over it. Her reaction, literally what she said was, huh, hats, huh? She was not feeling the hats or the outfits or the photo shoot. And Kristianna told producers back early on in her recovery, it was very, very hard for her to stay clean. She said she didn't care about herself, she didn't care about anyone else, she was comfortable in prison, so pretty much she was institutionalized. And she says she's never felt important or special or like she was ever wanted. And Kristianna says from day one, she has second thoughts, like, did I rush into this marriage with John? And of course you rushed into this marriage with John. You married him fresh out of prison in the back of a truck. And Kristianna says now she's unsure of her relationship with John and where it's going to go from here. And during the middle of their photo shoot, they're looking at each other, taking pictures. He told her she looks absolutely stunning. And then John told Kristianna, hey, we got married in the back of my truck while you're fresh out of prison. And he says, what I neglected to realize is the dream wedding that Kristianna envisioned, having a Christian wedding where she gets to pick out her dress and invite her family and friends and her mother. So John got on one knee and asked Kristianna if she'll marry him again, and she told producers that John's putting me in a hard place for trust and all that, and I guess we're gonna see what happens in the next episode. But we already know she's gonna say yes because they showed spoilers of later on in the season of drama going down at their wedding. And you know, people are like, why are they getting married again? That's expensive. We already know ETV's about to pay for that dress and wedding and all that. So I would have another wedding too if I was in their shoes and I didn't have to pay for it. I'm curious if their honeymoon's going to get paid for also. But that's it for this video. Let me know your thoughts about Kristianna and John in the comments below. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and thank you so much for watching.